Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Evening, morning, night. I think I've covered all the time zones. How are we? My tea is still hot. Who have we got in here today? Alexis, if you're not first, you're last. Very, very true. Also, don't look back because you're not going that way. That's why the rearview mirror of your car is smaller than the windshield. Because you're not going backwards. Let's do some funky stuff. I realised it's the link is not on school. Good evening. Oh, it's warm here today. That's because I've got the heating on. Let me turn that off quick. There we go. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Da, da, da. Uh, oh no, wrong button. I think it's amazing how everything we could ever, well, everything we could possibly want to find out is literally in the palm of our hands now. If we were to go back 25 years, we'd have to go to a library and find an encyclopedia. You know, I want to know the circumference of the Earth. You just quickly tap it into Google. Whereas before, you'd have to find the right page of, I don't know, some kind of geography book. Madness. Madness. This is Sparta. It's been a wonderful day. Wonderful day. I'll tell you what, Alexis, I'm going to pin that comment. We're going to pin it. There we go. No participation awards here. No joking. Everyone gets a participation. A participation award. I think I'm just going to sit here for at least half an hour just humming or tooting random tunes. I've got Castlevania stuck in my head. It was quite catchy. Hello. Hello. How art thou? How art thou, fair maiden? Exquisite. Exquisite, I think, is the word I would use today. Exquisite. Yes, it is. Unfortunately, I was not paying attention to my method, and I put a little too much sugar in it. So it tastes a bit sweeter than I really wanted it to. Um, there's actually a saying in Britain where if you take your tea without sugar, which some people do, and that's fine. Um, if the person making the tea asks if you want sugar, the common response if you don't is no, thank you. I'm sweet enough already. How is Alexis? How are you? How are you? How's your day? How's your Saturday been? I won't be using said response. Do you take sugar in your tea? Do you put sugar in your tea, should I say? Because another common response is if you want something done correctly, you do it yourself. And that could translate to making tea as well. Everything seems to be falling into place, but I've got to hush. Yes. Amazing. Hang on. Where is it? I can't do the brackets thing. my camera's mirrored. But yeah, it's exactly the same as what I did with the car. Until I was sat in that driver's seat driving home, I did not tell a soul. And yeah, I don't think people talk about that bit enough. Like not necessarily like about just shutting up, but it's like when you're really excited about the fact that one of your desires has come into fruition. There's the initial excitement, like oh my god, and you know it's happening, you know it's here, you know it's practically there, and you still until it's done and played out, and I don't think it's a challenge. I find it's a challenge because I mean, especially if it's on something that you're so passionate about as well. Like, I mean, I could talk to people about cars, motorbikes, engines, everything until the proverbial cows come home. So to keep quiet about something I was so passionate about was really difficult for me, I think. And I made a few phone calls and I said to each person, you have no idea how challenging it was to not tell you until it happened. Although your tea will have me awake until next century. You're probably brewing it too strong. But then I've become accustomed to it over the years, so it's I can drink this tea and I'll still sleep like a baby. So I think we'll be okay. But I've always found that um, caffeinated beverages have a adverse effect on me, whereas I used to be big on energy drinks. I didn't drink them religiously. However, I would have one once in a while, like once a month, and it was funny because I bought one last month, and I had it during work. And during the afternoon, I fell asleep. I don't know if that was a crash or anything like that. Sean still hasn't mastered the tea thing. Practice. That's all I can say. Practice. Hello, Hazel. How are you? But yeah, shut the fuck up. That's the phrase of the day. Do not tell a soul. It's lit. It's legit. You get your shit if you don't tell your soul. Tell your soul. You tell your own soul whatever you like. My England is very good today. I'm tired. Nice to meet you, tired. I'm Nat. Nice to meet you. I am England. I England good. My what does my mug say? It's actually it's a company that my friend started some years ago. It's a motorcycle training company. So she teaches people how to ride motorbikes legally. Um, so she puts them through all the necessary training and the tests. She books the tests and things. And for quite some time, I was managing the website. Well, I still am. So I just oversee a lot of the technological side of things, and that's been going for 8 years now. So so she gave me some free merch. I've got a couple of t-shirts and hoodies and stuff. Yes, as opposed to illegally. As opposed to illegally. Yeah, you don't want to be doing it illegally. It's only illegal when the police are there. If the police not there, everything's legal. I'm joking. I don't condone nor endorse any of that kind of behaviour. But just to throw that in there, punishable by fine means legal for a price. Who's your favourite football team? Are you into that? Are we talking NFL or soccer? Because if if we're talking soccer, then I stopped watching it because I found it was more dramatic. It was more drama than anything else. There's a saying I like to use where don't get me wrong, I completely appreciate the fact that people do this for a profession. However, I don't understand the idea behind 22 millionaires running up and down someone's backyard in their underwear chasing a bag of wind. That's my opinion on soccer. If we're talking about NFL, a lot of Brits would say it's basically rugby with padding, but I quite enjoy watching it. My granddad used to coach it, so we had a team over here. But my favorite NFL team is the Baltimore Ravens. I just like their I just like their kit. Their I suppose you call it uniforms. I like the purple, and they do some pretty cool hoodies as well. No, I do not think they are eye candy. One, because I'm not that way inclined, and two, I just no. I just no. Just no. I Now, don't get me wrong. I get it. Like, if that's what you want to do, if that's what you find you're good at, and it's entertainment as well. So you're being paid to entertain people. You're being paid a lot of money to entertain people. So it's quite lucrative. There's of course there's a political side to it behind like switching teams and things like that and contracts. I'm not interested. Um, Although if my family could hear me talking about it this way, they would probably disown me because my family are avid Arsenal supporters. Um, don't get me wrong, I did follow it when I was a kid, and then I guess I grew out of it because I found motorsport. I found the likes of Formula One and the World Touring cars, and then I found motorbikes like the MotoGP and things like that. So um, yeah, so my heart is 110% aligned with motorsport because I just find it more interesting. Now I completely appreciate that people will quite happily go to football games, stand there chanting, you know, cheering on their favorite team as you do, being supportive. But personally, I just find it boring. I find it boring, and a lot of people are there tripping over their bootlaces. It's like, did you not learn how to tie those when you were a kid? Anyway, I'm not here to blast it. Like that's just my opinion. That is just my opinion. You can agree or disagree, but yeah, it's been my opinion for some time. But no, I do not think they are eye candy. I don't. I think haven't some of them started wearing makeup? I'm pretty sure I've seen. I've seen guys turning up to training grounds with like foundation on, or is it just excessive moisturizer? I don't know. It's the hairstyles frighten me. Yeah, I think when you've got opposing teams, like when you go to the stadiums and things like that, you've got opposing teams. They're in my experience, they are commonly hurling abuse at each other. They're constantly hurling abuse at each other, and like they can't. They're not civilized. Whereas if you've got opposing motorsport fans, for example, you've got let's say you've got Lewis Hamilton fans, or Valentino Rossi's gone to car racing now, but he used to be in MotoGP. So you've got Valentino Rossi and Marc Marquez, which were the two big names in MotoGP. Um, and you had people that supported one, people that supported the other, which is fine. Never in the experience of those years that I have I found the opposing supporters you know throwing abuse at each other and trying to fight each other all the time, and it's like, what? It does not make sense to me. Is Arsenal to UK what NY Yankees are to USA? I think there's a mix there because you've got because Arsenal are based in London along with several other teams like West Ham, Aston Villa. What's the other one? Crystal Palace, I think. What's the other ones? There's Manchester United that everybody knows, Liverpool that everybody knows. So I think it depends on which region you're from. So I mean, the New York Yankees are obviously very popular, but I think Chelsea as well. I forgot about that. Um, so I think in terms of popularity, you're looking more at Manchester United if you're comparing it to the New York Yankees. Arsenal are more like, in terms of popularity, like maybe the second one down. I think that may have changed over the last 15 years that I haven't watched it. I think the last time I actually watched a soccer game was 2002, and that was when Thierry Henry was playing for Arsenal, and they used to have the um, what was it, the 3-4-2 player layout. So you had uh, two front men, four midfielders, and three defenders. I think that's what it was called. Brendan's here. Hey, Brendan. I've stopped Hazel from getting asleep. I'm not even sorry. Okay, yeah, cool. So it's like I suppose, if you're talking ice hockey terms as well, would it be the Anaheim Ducks? Or, I mean, I'm a New Jersey Devils fan. I'm a New Jersey Devils fan. I do like a bit of ice hockey. I think it's the only sport, aside from boxing, that where it's actually legal to fight people. I mean, you get put in the penalty box, but yeah. New York Rangers. Okay. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Don't New York have the Islanders as well, or is that a different sport? I might be getting that wrong. Did you hear about the incident at Nottingham ice hockey game? No, I didn't. So I'm not sure what happened. I've actually got an ice rink 20 minutes from my house where there's a hockey team that plays there. So entry's fairly cheap. So that's always good to watch. But there's no fighting. There's no fighting. See, I think I'd be a menace if I played ice hockey. I'd just be skating like, want to fight, want to fight, want to fight, want to fight, want to fight. I'd pick the biggest guy and go, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'd be like, want to fight? Want to fight? Let's throw sticks. You want to fight? Did I ever watch rugby? Yes, I did. There was where I lived as a kid. There was a there was a local team to me called the Northampton Saints, and they had what color was the jerseys? They were green, yellow, and black. Actually, we had three stadiums in Northampton. So there was the rugby stadium. I forgot what that was called. There was the cricket ground, which was opposite a petrol station. So that was always fun. And there was a football stadium where, yeah, because Northampton have their own soccer team as well. Nicknamed the Cobblers because Northampton was famous for shoes, manufacturing shoes. I've screencasted that to my TV and now it's an immersive experience. This is an important message. Please do not adjust your TV set. Yep. So Northampton was previously the capital of shoe manufacture. They didn't make Nikes there though. I think it was just like regular boots and shoes, but Nike. I don't wear them, so he's he's cussing me out for pronouncing it wrong. I think the only Nike apparel I wear is their compression shirts because they make me look huge. They don't. They do not. They do not. I was more of a I was more of a Etnies kid. I still wear Etnies now. They're just comfortable, especially when you got a damaged foot because they're flat. God damn. Cool memory unlocked. That's how you pronounce. I think it was more of a muscle memory thing there, Sean, rather than how you actually pronounce it. How we've got both Brendans in. Mr. O'Neill, how are you? Uh, Mr. Thompson, the car is amazing. I drove it to my dad's today, which is so far the longest journey I've done in it. Um, and it handled very well. I ran a few errands as well, so yeah, I spent quite a lot of today in it. To be fair, are you talking about LS or LEC? I don't know how that's pronounced to be honest, but no, Etnies is a brand of skate shoes, like DC's along the same market. I loved when they brought out the Chem Block DCs in the funky green color. At the time, I wasn't in the position to actually purchase them, and now I'm having a hard time finding them. Skater boy. No, I just like the shoes and maybe the t-shirts. I mean, I did skateboard for a while, but I felt that it was best to discontinue that because I suffered an injury. Suffered an injury in the form of a spiked fence going through my leg. And the conversation with the paramedic was awesome. So I'm face down with my leg stuck in this fence, and the metal spike is going through my leg, and the paramedics walked round through the gate, and he's he's looked down at me, and he says, "Are you okay?" I says, I'm in a lot of pain." I was 15 at the time. I says, "I'm in a lot of pain." And he says, "On a scale of 1 to 10, how much does it hurt?" I says, "I'd say about a 9 right now." He says, "Okay." So what happened? So I pointed to my skateboard. I says, "I tried jumping the fence, came up short, and yeah, it didn't quite work out." He says, "Okay, do you know if it's bleeding?" I says, "I'm going to be honest, I don't really know." He goes, "Well, you might want to turn around and have a look." So I sort of moved in such a way where I'd only seen insects do. Um, and there was quite a lot of blood, and we had to get the fire department to cut me out as well. They had to cut the fence. Um, the landowners were not happy. So yeah, that happened. It's it's funny you should say Jesus Christ, Hazel, because the fence was actually surrounding a church. Forgive me, Father, for I have ruined your fence. Well, you'll only do it once. You'll only do it once. I love how we're calling out Avril Lavigne now. No, Brendan, I haven't worn Hey Dudes. I've heard of them, but I haven't worn them. Mr. O'Neill, I'm doing great, thank you, sir. Absolutely exquisite. Thank you so much for asking. Shoes called Hey Dudes. Do you know what? I'm gonna Google those. Uh I'm not sure on the style. Although they have got some Coca-Cola ones which look pretty cool. But yeah, I'm not sure on the style. It doesn't. Nah, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that. It got nailed to the fence. Wow. My favorite shoes actually are my boots. I've got a pair of boots by a company called Magnum. A lot of the police and ambulance service here use them. Um, and they obviously spend like 12, 13 hours a day in those things, and they are really comfortable. Um, and they're not as high priced as I expected them to be. Um, sorry, I got some kind of debris in my eye. Um, so yeah, I'm really happy with those. And they got like funky side zips as well. Proper, they're almost like tactical boots, but I have some British Army surplus boots as well, which I used for paintballing when I used to go. What's your favorite song to listen to in your new car? Oh, what was it? It was on my Spotify. Where is it? It it's one that I hadn't heard before. So every now and again, what I do is I listen to a particular artist and then just let the playlist go from there. Where is it? So it's a song called "Feel Good" by Bad slash Love or Bad Love. I'd imagine they call themselves. Aside from that, it will be "Man on Fire" by Berry Tomorrow. Yeah, I really only know one song, "Girlfriend," very well. I may have heard other songs here and there over the years. When Avril Lavigne's first album came out, I had a copy. I think I still have it somewhere. Yeah, I find my music taste changes by the day. So, uh, sometimes I want to listen to. Sometimes I listen to a bit of country. I'm not ashamed to say it. And then some days I just find that it's not the kind of the vibe I want because sometimes it sounds a bit depressing. Brendan's got to go get ready for work. Thanks for dropping by, Brendan. Be safe. Yeah, and then some days I'm kind of listening to people screaming down microphones. It just depends on what I'm feeling that day. I find sometimes it affects the way I drive as well, so I try and mix it up as much as I can. Slightly girl crush. Didn't she do like some kind of YouTube video like about um something to do with her body image or something like that? Because she used to wear a lot of baggy clothes and now she doesn't. And it made quite a statement. Yeah, I'm quite into Don Lewis at the moment. He did a song called Neon You. They've even got instructions on how to wear Hey Dudes. Like, surely you just put a shoe on, right? You just, your foot goes in, and then away you go. Uh, why, why, why do you need instructions? In case you put it on upside down. Like how people are wild. People are wild. Um, yeah. Sport mode, non-sport mode. Are you on about Crocs? I'm pretty sure that's why they've got the little thing that sits on the back of your heel. So you've got comfort and sport mode. As if you can get lights and all sorts of those things now. Sport mode and non-sport mode. Have I got an alarm set for tomorrow? I don't need an alarm. I am the alarm. And I have a dog. If I don't feed Odin by 5 o'clock, he soon lets me know. Don't you, buddy? He's passed out. He has passed out. Alexis, you and I are on the same boat on that one because it doesn't matter how much sleep I've had or how little sleep I've had because I find in my current experience cancers don't sleep for very long if they sleep at all. Um, Although I did hear Sean mention it may be a water sign thing as a whole. I don't know. Um, but I also always wake up before my alarm, especially during the summer, because by the time my alarm goes off, it's already sunrise. So I feel that I may as well just do the whole nature thing where you I go to sleep at sunset and I wake up at sunrise. Although during the winter that doesn't kind of work very well with my work schedule because I finish work at 5:30 in the evening and it's dark by 4 o'clock. Although I suppose I could just say it's a religion. Whoa, 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 whoa. I think we should all really get Billy some help. I think Billy's just fine. I think Billy is fine. So I think this is the thing about music as well, because there are some artists that, write their own stuff and they write it based on experience. And you've got other artists that have people write songs for them, and it could be about anything. So I've I've just scuffed my case on my mug. Brilliant. I don't know why I found that funny, but that was funny. Yeah, so I think a lot of people don't really take that into account with music, because as far as they're concerned, they're hearing the song and they're like, oh, it's either depressing or it's really good, or it's, you know, and they have an opinion on it, because but I don't think at the same time that it's always important to pay attention to that kind of thing. But it is worth remembering from time to time as well. So, if somebody's releasing a lot of depressing songs, but there's a lot that goes on that we don't see. So we only see what we see on the cameras, or on on the music videos or whatever. So, Billy could be releasing a whole load of depressing songs, but yeah, you spend a day in her house, and she's probably the happiest person alive. We don't know that for sure. And I think that's half the issue with all these news outlets as well, like, or the press outlets and things. That's why I don't listen to them, because they'll capture what makes money. They capture what makes money. It's like all these magazines and stuff. They'll put up a headline saying, "Oh, you know, John Smith's been admitted into rehab for whatever," but they won't always. They don't necessarily always give you the full story. Like, okay, yeah. So if you're admitted into rehab, if you're admitted into rehab, then shit got serious. Shit got serious. Um, or shit got serious for you anyway. Um, but there were, but a lot of people said that I see, that I know, that I experience things with, soon forget about the one time that they had a good day playing golf. It's like, okay, yeah, so he's been admitted into rehab because he's going through a bit of a, or he's put himself through a bit of a time that is not great to him. But what about the times where he was doing stuff for, I don't know, homeless kids, or community outreach, things like that. You know, helping out the local fire station. That's the kind of stuff I look for. Yeah, that's the stuff I want to know. Oh, his career's downward spiraled since he. Yeah, no. Sorry, that annoys me. It annoys me. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah, Hugh Jackman is a good example because, I mean, just look at him when he plays Wolverine. Like he's, he appears as this tough, cold, somewhat heartless person. But like even in interviews and things, like there's people that have met him they're like, what a really great guy. I mean, he's short, but we'll let that one slide. Quibbles. Well, he is. He's what, 5'2", something like that. What was that? What was that? What was that? What was that film he was in? I know. I'm really narrowing it down. Didn't he? Wasn't he in a film where he played a racing driver? Or was that? Oh, is he really 6'2"? Hang on a minute. 1.88 meters. What's that in feet and inches? Yeah, he is 6'2". Okay, I sit corrected. That's where I. Okay, so that was a misunderstanding on my part because it says here 6'2". He stands 11 inches taller than Wolverine, who is said in the original comic book to be 5'3". So that's where I got mixed up. I apologize. Sorry, Hugh. I told everybody you were short. So yeah, I misunderstood. I apologize. I got it wrong. Yeah, the Ford versus Ferrari. They call it Ford v Ferrari or something. Over here they call it something different. Um, so yeah, yeah, because Ford versus Ferrari was about the Le Mans 24 Hours. Was he actually in it? I swear that was the guy that played Batman. No, it was Christian Bale. Christian Bale was in the Ford versus Ferrari film. That is a good film. That is a good film. It's funny. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but Odin's dreaming. So he's doing like little shrieks. And he's twitching. Well, I would, but I don't want to wake him. I mean, I say I don't want to wake him. He's been sleeping literally all day. You can want Odin all you want, but you're not getting him. Not unless he wakes up. I think he's awake now. Hang on. Hey, bud. Hop up. Hop up. Come on. Let's give the people what they want. Here. Here. Hop up. Good boy. Good boy. There he is. You're so grumpy. So grumpy. So grumpy. You here? Are you so grumpy? Why are you so grumpy? Yeah, he's very much the same. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure he stands at the same height as me on his back legs. And he's got a huge head. Are you done? Are you good? You going back to bed? You going back to sleep now? Come here. 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 Hop up. No, he won't do it a second time. It's like, screw this, I'm going back to bed. So yeah. Are you happy now? I think we'll rock on for 10 more minutes and then I'm gonna go chill. Because I got things to do. I'm quite happy now, thank you. I think I'll make sliders tonight. What kind of sliders? Sliders are like really small burgers. mine, mine weren't many though. I'd half expect yours to be huge. I'm not a fan of sliders because like I have one expecting to be full um and then like 5 minutes later, I'm like I'm still hungry. I'm going to use ground turkey, Colby Jack. What's Could you explain to us what Colby Jack is, please, Alexis? I've never heard of that. I'm going to be honest. Going to be honest. Just eat more sliders. Well, yeah, I think what was it? I went into work the other day and I said to one of my co-workers that I was tired, and he goes, "You know the solution for that? Don't be tired." When I have people asking me how to resolve a particular issue, my common response is try again but harder. Try again but harder. I've got to play that now. Oh, where is it?
I can do it. Yes, I can do it. You can do it.
So yeah, that was Castlevania by the mini bosses. Hey Alexis, how are you doing? So yeah, if you want to listen to a modernized version of any really old game soundtracks, check out the mini bosses. So they did Castlevania 1, 2, and 3, and they also did their own version of Tetris as well. Okay then, boys and girls. I think I'm going to end the stream here. I have a busy day tomorrow, I think. So, thank you for joining. Thank you for the conversation. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. And I shall see you when I see you. I do believe there is a coaching session on school on Tuesday, which I will be there for. So if you've dropped by and you haven't joined us on school yet, there is the link. But otherwise, I'll see you next week.
Don't miss out and level up. cdkeys.com. Pay less, game more.